Yo, what's up, chat? It's your boy Suge again, and I'm back with another video. If you're tuning in right now, hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, and drop a comment. Any questions, concerns, anything like that, just drop them down below. Any advice, drop them down below. My email is normally in the description, so if you want to reach out to me, go ahead. I'm a solo company driver for Stevens Transport, and my main goal is to help out the next driver, so I'm sharing my experience. I realize my channel been growing like pretty fast, and I really appreciate everybody that's finding the channel. I don't know how y'all finding the channel. Maybe comment that down below how y'all found me. Most of my subscribers and stuff like that, all that's off of just somehow y'all finding me, because I ain't even sharing my channel with like family and friends or on social media. I'm just doing my videos, dropping them on YouTube, and whoever finds the channel, find the channel. If you find the information helpful, I mean, that's all I'm trying to do. So yeah, like, I'm gonna do I know some people been asking about this, like, just do like an overall review, a Stevens Transport review. So I am a solo on the road company driver, and my experience with Stevens, it has been, I would say, it started rough, and over time it got better. So I'm closing in on my 1 year now. Well, like, I got like one more month left before it be a full year of working for Stevens. And this pretty much how it went for me. So one of the reasons I came to Stevens, because I know they're a good training program. And when I first got my CDL, I was just thrown in the truck with no training. I was just running, learning as I go. But I wanted proper training this time. So when you type in, like, good training schools and stuff like that, Stevens are a company that pops up normally. What else can I say? Also, I could say I actually see there are trucks everywhere. I like, the colors of the truck. I like the symbol and everything. That's why y'all see me in this video. I wear the hat. Because I ain't got no haircut and no retwist and stuff right now. But I actually don't mind the logo and stuff like that. So I actually like the brand. I'm trying to see. I want to stay like, where y'all can understand my reason. And then, yeah, so that's the reason. I wanted proper training. I actually like the trucks. And I actually am from the area, so the school wasn't too far from me. I actually understand, because I got like a couple of people that used to work at Stevens, and they had different companies and stuff now. So they actually kind of told me that Stevens actually do work with everybody, and you don't have to pay your school and stuff up front. That is an option, but they do the no credit check, and they'll work with you and stuff like that. So since I already had my CDL, I went through the refresher program, and it was cheaper than going through the real school, like during the, like, paying for the whole school process. It was cheaper. But that's only for people that have their CDL already, that maybe be looking to get back in the truck. So let's just start there. So yeah, I came to Stevens. I got the, do the backing on the truck, watch plenty of videos, get the new med card and stuff like that. And I like the beginning for sure, because when you there at Stevens, yeah, you going through the school, you going through the, program, the refresher program, but it's a schedule. They gonna feed you every day. And if you're not from the area, even if you from the area, they'll put you like in a hotel or whatever. Of course, everybody got their own opinion. Some people say the hotel not that good. Some people say they don't mind a hotel. But it's really one of those, you're not supposed to be, super comfortable at the hotel. This ain't no luxury type of event right now. Like, you're in the hotel until you be a solo driver on your own, or a team driver. So people got to think, like, Stevens are paying for this stuff, and it's a lot of students every week. So, they put you in a hotel, and if you somebody who basically, if you ain't got no savings, or you just need some money and stuff like that, they do cut you a check every week. So I'm somebody who, I still have my local job at the time, so I still was getting paid and stuff. I didn't need the check, but they do cut you a check every week, and it's just enough to get you food or like deodorant and stuff like that. It's like, you know, small stuff. You're not finna get no $500-$600 and you just in school or training and stuff. Like, you ain't doing that right now. Now when you get on the truck, that's when they do the $800 a week, and then after taxes, whatever you get from there. So you technically are working for your miles and stuff like that. They just paying you for training because you learning pretty much. So yeah, that's where we start. The school is, you know, the fresher program is pretty good. Straight to it, they upfront with everything. Free meals. I say, yeah, man, free meals. I know some people get their check and they still getting free meals and maybe go buy something else because they might not like the free meal or they just want more food. So yeah, that. After the class, you know, I got with a trainer. My first trainer, you know, he wasn't, in my opinion, was the best. So you always can request another trainer. So that's what I did. It's a survey every week that you're gonna answer. Your trainer gonna answer and you're gonna answer. And just be truthful. If it ain't working out for you, let them know on the survey. If you think this trainer is doing a good job and stuff like that, then you good. I did like 2-3 weeks with my first trainer and it wasn't working out. I couldn't do it. I'm somebody who, it takes a lot for me to just leave a situation or get out the situation. And at that point, I'm just like, I'm 3 weeks in. It's too much stuff that happen. I don't even feel like I'm getting trained. So I had to, you know, find me a new trainer. So after that, I had got a new trainer. My new trainer, he put me on so much game. I understand, like, if I was to train, what I would basically give the student everything I know how to run a truck solo as a company driver. Like, I will basically let the student know up front most of the ins and outs based off my experience. If it's something that maybe I forgot or anything like that, I will always give them that time to, you can reach out, because everything I'm learning or willing to, you know, go through and basically help out the next driver, I mean, it's beneficial, I guess. So yeah, my second trainer, like, that's why I think my second trainer told me, he gave me his number and stuff, and like, you know, you always can ask me any questions, call at any time, because he tried to give me as much as game as possible. So I really appreciate it. And if he did forget something or anything like that, that's why I can always call. When I first got on my own, I called him for like 1 or 2 things right away because I forgot. You know, sometimes when you do stuff as a team or as, you know, training, you remember right then and there, but then you get on your own, you're just like, oh, brain start going everywhere. So my first week, it was cool, but I had to call him and ask, like, hey, what you do in this situation? So yeah, to sum that part up, my first 3 weeks ain't go right, got a new trainer. My last 3-4 weeks, it was, you know, easy. It was a breeze. Like, I was getting my hours, getting my miles, understanding how to run a truck. I felt like I was in a truck on my own at that point, because the trainer, he didn't have to teach me nothing. He didn't have to tell me much. He already know, like, oh, I mean, he know how to do it now. He know how to back and stuff like that. And any type of lit help and stuff like that, he will, like, step in if he needs to. Other than that, yo, probably week 5, 6, or 4, 5, 6, you should be running the truck like you know what you're doing and stuff like that. So the training, you know, bad, good, bad, however you want to do it. Some people don't got to go through what I, you know, went through. My first week, well, I'm gonna say the first month or 2 just on my own, I was taking my time with a lot of stuff, but also I wasn't being super slow and stuff like that. Sometimes I might see another driver, we could get to the yard at the same time, but not Steven's yard, but like at the shipper and stuff like that, we get to the yard at the same time. We probably just got to go pick up the trailer. I will peep if that driver, you know, taking too long versus me. I'm not really finna, you know, take so long, because I understand at this point, hook up, go get the paperwork, or if you got the paperwork already, go on and scan it in or whatever, and try to get off this yard, because you can get your driving out the way. My first 3-4 months, you know, when you first, it's a truck from the park next to me. My first 3-4 months, you know, when you start at Stevens, you got to pay for the school, the small package, they give you like a truck box or whatever, and maybe some other stuff. It ain't too much, but you have to pay for that normally, like soon as you start solo. Maybe like that second, third week, you'll be paying for that. So my first 3 months, I was losing like maybe $200-$300 out my check, because it's like taxes and then whatever you paying back to Stevens. So that part I had to deal with, but I would say it wasn't so bad because I understood, everything already. You gonna sign, documents and stuff like that saying you agree to pay this stuff back. And it's, once you look at your pay stub and understand, like, okay, it show you how much you got left, show you how much they took and stuff like that. You can kind of do the math, like, okay, I'm gonna be paying this back for like 6 weeks, I'm gonna pay this back for 4 weeks and stuff like that. The school you might be paying back for a year, because the school that normally costs the most, so they try to take the least amount of money. So you gotta, deal with that. My first 3 months, they was taking their money. Then closer to my 4th and 5th month, that's when I started just paying for the refresher program, and things got, of course, better for me, because now I'm starting making more money and I'm not losing as much money. If I could have thought about it, if I wanted to, I could have paid that stuff, like tried to pay it right away, probably call them and see if I can pay it right away. But then I might not have so much money in the end, so I was like, forget that. I'd rather just let them take the small payments and work with that. So just off me telling y'all certain stuff like that just letting you know, Stevens, they work with you on most of these stuff out here. You don't hear many things about Stevens firing people. You hear things about people quitting because they got their own reasons, but you don't hear about just Stevens firing you. Now, if you did something crazy, maybe, but I ain't never just heard nobody say Stevens fired me. It's based on my experience. They work with you. I even, I had an accident. It was an in-house or whatever. I hit somebody mirror. That was something that I should never did. So I took my full accountability. But if it was something like, super crazy, or even with that, they could have possibly let me go for doing that. Like, it was a chargeable accident, so I was charged, I think, like $300 for that. They most likely had to replace the dude mirror. I honestly felt like I didn't really damage the mirror, but I mean, he wasn't, to me, like our people and stuff like that. Well, my person type, because I know our people, stuff like that, when they understand you new and stuff like that, they would have tried to work it out with you or something like that. But I just let him do his whatever we had to do, exchange insurance and IDs and stuff like that. I let him do that. I called Stevens, let him know, like, hey, this is what happened and stuff like that, and it was my fault. Like, I had to take, responsibility for that. So I'm thinking, like, if they wanted to, I could have got fired. Like, oh, you hit somebody mirror, you got fired. But nah, they, you pay for that and they'll work with you. They really ain't trying to lose no drivers. So yeah. And then something like that, that's not like the police or nothing like that had to come out. So that's like a non-reportable DOT. So that's like an in-house thing. To me, I would say people leave for anything, for real. Like, or with me, I could have been like, somebody like me, I could have been like left if I just wanted to, just because in trucking is plenty of jobs. Everybody is hiring. They're not gonna just stop you from getting another job. Well, another company not gonna stop from hiring you if you ain't did nothing like super crazy, like you ain't killed nobody, or you got maybe drinking or something on the job. Like, they are willing to hire you. A lot of these companies, they willing to take on, they're willing just to bring in the next driver. I don't know what I was about to say with the take on, but they just willing to bring in the next driver. So my main thing was, okay, get your experience no matter what. And in my head, I'm like, don't listen too much of the negativity. Try to stay as long as you can until you just want to maybe do something else, and then cool. You want to maybe, be local or something, cool, then you could try to go local. But my main thing was just get your experience and go from there. I know to me it's easy for a lot of people to quit, because if everybody telling you the negative, then if it go to your head, then it's like you'll quit fast. Like, even my friend, I had a friend that started with me. He came in, he know the bad about Stevens, based on what everybody else say, and he wasn't tripping at first. He was just like, bro, I ain't tripping. I already know that at the beginning I'm gonna be paying them back. I ain't gonna be making that much until I finish paying them back. And plus 50 cents by the mile, it's not $1 by the mile. Like, you know, like when you do the math, it's not $1 by the mile. So once I say like 2 months in, I believe that's when he quit. First of all, you're not submitting your time right. You're supposed to submit your time and stuff like on Sunday, like your trip sheets and stuff. As a company driver, you're supposed to submit them on Sunday, but he was submitting them right after, I guess, he did a load. Like, yeah, you're gonna do it on a tablet, but he take out the time to send everything like that. But they want you to send it on Sunday, so it's easier for them to, I'm guessing, locate everything that they need to submit as far as your time and stuff on Sunday. So he was doing it the wrong way and stuff. So his checks was, you know, up and down, and they had to figure out what they gonna do and this and that. So that's one of the reasons he really left, because he wasn't doing it right. Then Stevens had to figure out like how to do his time and stuff. So he ended up leaving. He went to another company, but it wasn't the same because their trucks was more older, and if they broke down and stuff like that, he had to wait. Versus at Stevens, if your truck break down, then you getting paid for basically breakdown pay, and then most of their trucks are new. It's 2025. You're probably gonna get something from 2022 or higher. My first truck was 2022, and then they finally sold that truck, and I had got a 2026. So they ain't gonna have you in no super old truck or nothing like that. Most of their trucks gonna be 2-3 years, if not newer. I mean, that's why I say, like, based on my experience, I haven't had a dirty truck. I had a newer truck, so I really wasn't tripping. I really wasn't even tripping on the truck for real, as long as, you know, it's, you know, best for my safety and it's good to drive. Ain't nothing wrong with the truck. Okay, cool. Now, I did run into a problem. I started having like airbag problems. I think it was something maybe wrong with the suspension or something. So I started having airbag problems, and I started having to get that stuff fixed. But they was able to fix it, like, you know, right away for real. I was able to go to small shops, and they will fix it, and Stevens will cover it. Or one time I did have a problem with the truck. It started saying, I think something with the DEF or something. So I had to go to a dealership in Atlanta, and I was there for like 2-3 days. And I was in a hotel, so Stevens pretty much cover your hotel, and they'll give you breakdown pay for that. So I was in the hotel for 2-3 days, and all I had to do just call the dealership and stuff like that, and try to see when the truck ready. If I didn't call them, they'll call me. But I'm somebody who, I try to do what I can. So I'm just calling, checking on my truck. They paid me for the time I was sitting, and they took care of the truck. So cool. I was back rolling within, like, you know, 2-3 days. But also, if I wanted to, I could agree to a new truck, I believe, because my manager, he's somebody who try to put you in the best position. And he asked me, like, hey, it seemed like the truck gonna be in the shop, you know, for a minute. So if we need to, we can fly you back, get you another truck, and you basically send you back out, and you eventually go pick up your old stuff at your truck. But I'm somebody, I'm like, nah, I mean, the dude said 2-3 days, so I ain't really like tripping on 2-3 days. But if we talking like a week or two, okay, understandable. Like, I really wasn't messed up or nothing like that on as far as my money. So I was good to, you know, basically take like a 34. I really wasn't tripping on that. So yeah, they gonna take care of you if your truck break down and stuff like that, especially if you're a company driver. I don't know how it work for the contractors. I know a lot of that stuff they gotta pay on their own, so you gotta have your money and stuff together to cover your truck. So yeah, I'm trying to see what else do I want to say. They gonna cover everything dealing with the truck and trailer, so you don't have to really worry about nothing. They'll cover your parking. They really don't. They want you to try to find free parking, but there's certain places where you might have to pay. Like, I know I'm in California, and the closer I am to the shipper, normally it's no parking because it's like, you know, close to Los Angeles. So you might have to pay for parking. Like, I mean, they understand in certain situations okay, like most people, they gonna charge for this parking, so they don't want you parking on the street. So that's the one thing. If you have to park on the street, you better watch that truck, because if anything happened to it or anything like that, I don't know how that works. Can't tell you. My experience, I just park in parking spots. Let me see, what else do I want to tell y'all? Now, I say 7-8 months down the line, I'm seeing most of my money. I'm understanding how to, run my truck, take advantage of the layover pay, take advantage of the detention pay, because sometimes at these places, you be there longer than 2 hours, Stevens will cover you. They'll pay for the time you is there, because that's time you could have been driving or doing something else productive, like, with your time. So they'll cover you for that. They don't really have to, but they will as a company driver. So yeah, I say try to get to these places early. You're going to get that layover pay. They take it too long to unload, you get that detention. I'm trying to see what else I want to tell you. I say the good thing about being out here, you get to travel. You don't have to, I say, worry about as much as you do maybe if you're at home. Because I know being local, you have to deal with whatever is in your house and stuff like that, versus being on the road, you have to deal with less of that. Most of the stuff out here as a company driver, you paying for because it's stuff that you want. Like if you buying souvenirs and stuff out here, then you paying for that. Food, of course, you're gonna pay for that, but that's about it. Like the way you just live, you're gonna be paying for that, and it depends on how you live. If you live up here or if you live down here, like just depend. I'm trying to see. Also, if you got a pet or anything like that, Stevens allow pets to ride. I had a dog, and I used to have my dog. I'm trying to see. Dang, I feel bad talking about my dog. My dog died. But yeah, I say I used to have a dog, and my dog loved the truck. My dog really was lazy. I had a Yorkie. My dog was really just, lazy, just sitting in the front and stuff like that. And my dog died, and I bought another Yorkie, of course, but it's not the same, because I bought the other Yorkie more so for my mom, because she used to watch my dog whenever he not in the truck, and she used to always have dogs or whatever. She just ain't have no dog this time, so I bought a grown dog, pretty much another Yorkie, and it wasn't the same. We didn't have that, bond. Yeah, the Yorkie is nice and stuff like that, but the dog that died was a dog that I raised. He was only like 3 years, 2 or 3 human years. I don't know what that is in dog, but I raised him. I taught him the tricks and stuff like that. So we had that connection, and I feel like I just ain't do a good job on my end, because I should have been watching my dog. My dog pretty much aspirated. I'm guessing, I don't know. I know my parent, I gave my mom some leftovers, and not really leftovers. I was eating something, and I guess you could say leftovers. I was eating something. I gave her the rest of the food, and then she gave my dog the bone, and that, with the seasoning and stuff been on that bone, it messed up his system or whatever. So I guess it made him sick or something. And then that morning, he didn't really want to move and stuff. So I tried to take him to the dog hospital right away, and he pretty much died in my arms. And I was just like, dang, like I really lost my dog. So I had to pay for the cremation, and we kept, the fur. But I was like pretty, sad, and then I always wanted another dog at the time, and I wanted to buy another puppy, but my mom, said she had somebody, like, the puppy I was gonna buy was like, I think the lady was charging like $800, and then she knew somebody that had a Yorkie for $400, and she was convincing me to buy the Yorkie, so I bought the Yorkie, and I got the Yorkie, and I'm like, man, it ain't the same. Now I got to teach this grown dog tricks. It's cool, but it's not that connection and stuff like that. Like, my old dog, he knew who his owner really was, no matter if he go with other people or not. And I don't know, I just It just felt different. So yeah, if you got a pet, then you can take your pet with you. That's for like people that don't like being alone or anything like that. I was using my dog for more so alert. If anything, somebody touch the truck or anything like that, my dog gonna alert me. He gonna bark or anything like so. Yeah, if you got a dog, take your dog. If you got a partner, invite your partner. They got the pet program. Then they got the rider program where you can ride with kids or ride with your friends or a partner or whatever. Just with the kids, they got to be like a certain age or whatever. But other than that, they got that. So yeah, that's the good thing. They got the health, the dental benefits. I believe 401k. I think you can get 401k after a year, if I'm not mistaken. But they do offer you that. It's a whole booklet that they'll tell you the benefits and stuff like that. So yeah, what else do I want to share with y'all? Now, for the people that, like, I know right away you don't have a lot of money and stuff, but they will, if you ask them, they'll give you a microwave, or you want to get a fridge, they'll give you a fridge. I know for some people, I don't know how everybody is out here, but I got a Wi-Fi box. So if you got T-Mobile, you can possibly get the home internet and put that in your truck. I got Verizon. I put that in my truck, so get you some Wi-Fi in the truck. Especially if you're somebody like me, I used to like having my laptop, my game, and my TV and stuff in here. So I need that Wi-Fi. I don't want to be using no phone hotspot. Then I run out. Then now my phone running slow and stuff like that. So get you some Wi-Fi in the truck. Trying to see what else. I'd say if you're doing everything you're supposed to do, submitting your time and doing a tablet, doing everything you're supposed to do, Steven's not gonna be bothering you like that for real. They not gonna really just be calling you and stuff like that. There's certain stuff they'll call you for, or certain loads that you're supposed to, do certain things on, and they'll talk to you. Like certain loads, before you get that load, they're gonna have like a certain talk with you to make sure you understand how serious this load is. So that's all it be. It ain't nothing crazy, because I know some YouTube channels that I watch, they'll talk about it's micromanaging this and that based on wherever they at. They always harassing them, calling them stuff like. But nah, if you doing what you're supposed to do, still it's not gonna bother you. If you get cool with your manager and stuff like that, you doing your job, they cool. Your manager will work out with you, try to get you home time, whatever you need. Like, they more so, they gonna focus on their drivers, of course, and safety. So it depends on you. What I do, I made a video. I stay out pretty much 2 months, and I come home for like a week or two. Well, not really 2. I come home for like a week, and that's just how I do it. I honestly don't be wanting to come home. I be liking to save my money. So that's how it is. I really want to try to see how it feels, being out here for 6 months straight. And that's probably a hard grind, something hard to do, because honestly with me, I like being out here, but I haven't got so comfortable with just roaming these other states. Like, I'm not trying to, it depends on the state. Like certain states, okay, I'm cool, I can, chill in. But if I'm like in Oregon or Ohio or something like that, those are states that I really ain't gonna know what to do. I'm gonna have to be Googling and stuff like that. And I be chilling in those type of states. Like, I don't really want to be doing too much. I'm trying to see what else I want to give y'all, but I say my experience overall, it been good. Like, I ain't really had no super bad experience, and I've been making my time pretty much the best as I can. Like, if I need to work out, I'll work out. If I need to drink more water and stuff like that, drink more water. I mean, the sleep schedule, I say something about that. If you're not dedicated, or you got a local route and you just like an on-the-road company driver like me, then all your loads sometimes not gonna be the same time as far as picking up and dropping off. So you got to get adjusted to sleeping maybe in the day or sleeping at night. So that I can say that can be like something, I don't know how everybody feel about that, but somebody like me, I'm easy to adjust. Or I know at one point in time I even started getting the melatonin, because at the beginning it was like dang, I can't even go to sleep. I'm so used to sleeping at night. Now they want me to, sleep in the day. Like, I had to, get melatonin. Then after that, I realized how to do it. And now I know how to, go to sleep at a good time if my schedule changes. But that's just part of being an on-the-road company driver. Your sleep schedule, I can't say it's good. It's going to be the best. I can't say it's going to be the same. Like, it's some weeks where I do have similar pickups and drop-offs, so I'd be good. But then there's some times where you might have a pickup at 10 a.m. and a drop-off like at 2 a.m. So, but that's why with stuff like that, the team will be beneficial, because you don't got to be driving at that time. Your teammate could be driving and you could possibly be asleep. I don't know how, it work with that, with the team-wise, how y'all going to make that work, but yeah. Excuse me. But yeah, so yeah, if you come to Stephens, come in more so with a positive mindset, and you should be good. I'm telling you everything pretty much based on my experience up front. Stephens gonna let you know everything up front, and that's gonna be on you after that to either change your mindset or to stay. Like, you either gonna, stay or you leave. I tell you right now, it's not hard finding another trucking job. It's not hard. But everywhere you go, it's gonna be good, it's gonna be bad. Like, I know some people that's local, yeah, they home every night, but they might be doing touch freight. And then some people that's on the road, they might be taking a 34 at home, every night. Well, taking a 34 at home on the weekends. So it just depends. Like, just look into Stephens' different opportunities and do whatever's best for you. Like, you want a dedicated route, you want a local route, sign up for it. It might be a list depending on where you at, but at least you on the list, and eventually your time will come, and you always can call them and check on to see how far down maybe your list is, when it's maybe an estimated time. So yeah, like, just look into it, do whatever's best for you. I know for me, on the road right now, it was best for me because I know when I came to Stephens, I basically put my apartment stuff, everything in the storage. So I put that stuff in the storage in December. I put it in the storage in December. I started with Stephens like in October, end of September, August, September. Yeah, I started at the end of September, but I officially was hired in October, and I put my stuff in the storage in December because I was like, I'm pretty much not at home and stuff. And January, whenever I check back on my storage, my stuff pretty much, I think, basically I was told, oh, you missed the payment, so we sold your unit. And my payments was auto pay and stuff like that, and I'm like, how I missed a payment, and y'all didn't even try to take the payment. Also, it haven't even been like 15 or 10 days after the payment was due. Y'all ain't called me, I ain't get no email or nothing, so I was confused. So a day or two passed by, and like really not even passed by. Every day after that, I was trying to go back up there because I was like really mad, because I'm like, bro, like, stuff I've been having since, high school, my apartment couches and stuff, my full-size mirror, my lawnmower and stuff like that, everything I had was in there. I even had a blower. I could have used that blower for the truck, but everything was in there. So they told me that, and I was trying to go back to the storage every day to catch the manager when they there. They was never there after that. I finally called them on that 4th day before it was time for me to get back in the truck, and they basically had another story. They was like, hey, some of the units was broken into, so y'all didn't call, notify anybody. They said some of the units were broken into, so they was thinking like maybe my unit was broken into. Then they tell me, well, actually, when we do our daily checks on the unit every day, when we check the unit to make sure stuff's still in there, it was nothing in your unit, so we thought that basically you just moved your stuff out. And I'm like, why would I move my stuff out? I'm a truck driver. Like, if I move my stuff out, I signed a contract. Normally y'all still take y'all money or whatever. Like, that'd be stupid. I'll at least come in here and try to see what I can do to break the lease or something. So we had that going on. Like, she like, so first I get they stole your stuff. No, first I get you missed the payment, so we sold your stuff. Then I get somebody broke into your unit. Then I get your unit was already empty. And to me, I'm like, man, this storage space is just, it's some bad stuff going on around here. So they told me, call the police up here so we can do a police report and stuff like that, and we basically gonna reimburse you whatever, I guess, the money. It wasn't too big. I went too big on the money because I wanted my stuff. I'm trying to see like what is going on, and then I basically just I did the process. Police come out there. Another person come in there trying to cancel their contract or whatever, and they got the same unit space that I had. So the police like, ain't that your unit space? And I'm like, yeah, I don't know what's going on. Like, how you get somebody my old unit? I already like. So when the police came, we had to check on the unit, and the owner of the storage unit, they tried to, I don't know what it was, but they tried to play like maybe I'm lying and stuff like that. Maybe my stuff was never here. Maybe I put it in the wrong unit. And what saved me was I had a picture of my unit, the inside, and I didn't take one on the outside, but I had the inside, and then the bottom had like a stain on the floor, so the police officer was able to see that, yeah, your stuff was here. So like the owner, it was the management, I believe the owner, they were trying to saying stuff like, I don't know, maybe your stuff wasn't in there. Like, they were trying to make it seem like I'm just lying. Like, I'm like, why would I lie about my stuff? Like, I'm not somebody who even do nothing like that. So they end up doing it. Like, everything was talked about but the cameras. They like, the cameras really ain't working like that. I'm guessing in certain areas it worked or something, but everything was talking about with the cameras. I feel like the police, they didn't really care too much about this situation. They were just focused on like, we just got to do our job. It's part of, you just do the police report and we reimburse you. So I had to, now after the police report, I had to get that to the company online on their website and stuff like that. And all my receipts was from 2 to 3 years, like from, this happened in 2024, December. All my receipts was 2 or 3 years, because a lot of that stuff I was buying online off Wayfair, Amazon, and my clothes stuff I was buying online. So I showed them $5,000 worth of receipts from 2 to 3 years. These people cut me a check for $1,800 and marked off most of my stuff, saying that age depreciation, I guess just lost the value. Like, it was just some type of reason for not to pay me at least $4,000-$5,000. And $1,800 was so crazy. I'm somebody, I'm pretty sure I ain't the only one, but I didn't know how to, maybe get lawyers involved or anything like that. And I'm pretty sure signing a contract, they got something in there where they probably don't got to pay you or this and that. That's the reason, like, I guess the insurance covered just a certain amount. So they gave me $1,800, and it just like, I just accepted what came with it, but because most of that stuff was materialistic stuff, and I was just like, I couldn't believe it. So now I pretty much have to start all the way over, and I don't even pretty much buy a lot of stuff now, because most of the stuff I keep is going to be in my car, or I can take it to my mom's crib, but I don't want to have so much stuff at my mom's crib. So now I just don't even buy too much. I pretty much just live out the truck. When I go home, I got my own set of clothes and suitcase, and I'll buy some new stuff if I want to. But at this point, I don't even be caring for real. Like, a lot of my stuff that pretty much was taken, it was brand new stuff, and some of that stuff I ain't even get to wear. So now I'm just trying to wear more of my stuff, because I'm somebody who like to buy clothes and stuff. But now it's like, that made me realize a lot of that stuff don't even mean nothing now that it's gone. So that's just what I have to deal with. So the trucking, it showed me like a new life, and that's why I be appreciative to everything that goes on and stuff like that, because I done had the bad in life, I had the good in life. I know how to feel to be down, I know how to feel to be up, but I'm able to still live life, and